Hello everyone, welcome back to your Netcode-Hub channel. In this video, we are going to talk about a feature that was introduced in the C# version 9.0, and that is what we call as Init only setters. What actually is Init only setters? Now, this allows you to apply immutability to your code. So let's say you have a class and you don't want the values of the class to get changed, or the members of the class get changed after you've initialized them. How can you do it? That is where you need to use this init only setters. Let's have an example on the screen to see or to understand this better. If you check here, you can see we have a class here. Now this class contains two properties, and that is the name and the age. Now if you check here, each has a setter or the accessor known as get and set. So get and set. This means that we can set the name, we can also get the name or retrieve the name. When it comes to the method or the main method, we have initialized an object that is for the class, and we have a class object as emp. Now you see in here we have set the name and we have set the age. When you check this console, we are getting the name. So we set, and here we are retrieving the name from the class. But if you check here, this class has been initialized, object has been created, and object properties have been assigned to values. But here we are overriding the same name. So instead of Frederick Hughes, we have Frederick Hughes overridden. Now if we run this, you will see it's going to skip this one and now use this, because this is going to replace what we have here. How do you prevent this? Let's first run it and see. So we are using a string here, 0 and 1. So there is 0 and that is 1. Let's run it and see. So you can see we have Frederick Hughes overridden and we have the age here. So this means that this is not working. It has been overridden. How do you protect this? How do you perform immutability? How do you immute this? How do you make your work or the object not changeable as soon as you initialize them? One, you can use private set. So you can use private set. Now when you use private set, so let's use this as well over here. We cannot set name here, but as soon as you use private set, this also gets highlighted. It means we can't set name to this method as well. So private set won't help this, or won't help us to achieve what you want to achieve. You want to initialize the class, set the value, and after creating the instance, you want to seal it. We don't want any extra or feature update, feature set to set the value to the property that we have assigned already. Now, private set is not working, so the only one that we can use is the init. That's the initialize. So let's use the init. So now when you use this init, let's see what happens. So let me clear this. So when you use init, you can see that you can set the value from the instance of the class created, but you can't set it outside. Now if I hover the mouse, it tells you that init only property or indexer that can only be assigned in an object initializer. Okay, so when you initialize this object, that is where you can assign the name. After creating this object, you can't assign a name to any of the property assigned after the name has been initialized. Yeah, so if you run this, you're going to have an error. So it is forcing us to comment this. Now when you comment this and run this application, you're going to have the original one. I hope this is clear. So when creating a Blazor application, when creating any application at all, when you have your property set and you don't want the property to get changed as soon as or after you've initialized them, then I highly recommend you to use the init setter, and that will help you in the programming environment. That is it for this video. I hope this is clear. Yeah, thank you for watching.